Eddie Money, week 1. What are we getting into, Papa?
Week 1. So we got all the games lined up, starting from 10 a.m. for us on Sunday till Monday Night Football with the Jets.
Can't wait.
All right, so we're gonna give you some picks here. First game, Panthers at Atlanta. So this game I was initially gonna blue chip because I bet this game like 3 weeks ago in Vegas. I have 42.5. I had the under 42.5. The under is now 40, and I think it's gonna be right in there. So I'm gonna stay away from that game, but I do like the under in that game. It's crazy because the lines have moved so much. Like the Green Bay and Chicago game, that's another game that I have Green Bay +3. The line's now 1.5. Watson's not playing.
He's not?
No, he's not.
Watson's out.
Oh. Wait.
Christian Watson.
Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Christian Watson. Who'd you think? Deshaun? We're talking about the fucking Bears and the Packers here, guys.
My bad.
Yeah.
So
same page.
that game I also had Green Bay +3. That game's another game that with this line at 1.5.
By the way, the way I have it, so all the games on the left are the 10 a.m. games. All the right is
Okay. I was just going 1-1.
No, yeah.
So here.
Oh, quick question. Did you see there's a stat about the number 1 draft picks, QBs, in their first game, they're like 1-11 against the spread.
I love
Really
it
does.
because that leads us to our first blue chip of the night. So we have the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, rookie quarterback, rookie coach, at Baltimore on the road. The line, Eddie Money, you have it here at 8.5. I've seen it as high as 10. I like the Ravens, -10. Better
Whoa. Take it easy.
minus.
That's what it was initially before I think it was OBJ got a hamstring injury.
No problem. 8.5.
Shocker.
The Ravens should cover this. I like the Ravens -8.5 and -4.5 first half. Both blue chips. Ravens -4.5 first half. Ravens -8.5. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, the experience of the Baltimore Ravens sideline,
Yes.
and MVP candidate. I think early preseason MVP candidate. Hopeful. Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
So I think the Ravens this game's probably, I feel like it's going to be over midway through the third.
Can I tell you who I think my breakout star is going to be?
Let's hear it.
Zay.
Don't go out on a limb there, big guy.
I'm just saying. No, because I think he's underrated. I think he's going to be.
What do you mean?
People love him.
Wasn't he like the first wide receiver taken off the board?
He went like 24 or 25, I thought.
I think he went a little bit before, but yeah, I think he was the first or second wide receiver off the board.
Was he?
Pretty sure.
A lot of people think
Quinn from San Diego didn't go before him?
No, I don't
No,
think
he
so.
went
Johnson?
right
He went
after
after.
Okay.
But
No, JSN was the first one off the board.
But a lot of the expert picks have him as winning
Rookie of the year?
rookie of the year.
He's explosive, man. Very,
You know
very
why?
good.
It's because it's hamstring. Odell, he's not going to play the rest of the season. And then
And Zay's
he's
gonna
only
shine,
going to have to
baby.
play.
Listen, we
to
said
Zay
it
and Mark
a long
Andrews.
time ago. Odell's
He's done.
stick a fork in that vato.
He's been done.
Take two
He's been
forks
done.
in him.
He might be worth 30 catches and 400 yards this year.
Yeah.
And 3 touchdowns, if that.
God.
And his
that.
and his dad and him, they're gonna post him where he's wide open
Yeah.
from weird angles.
Top of the freaking stadium.
Yes.
Bill Belichick camera views and shit.
Ooh.
So this next game, interesting game right here. Bengals at the Browns.
Oh, that's better than interesting.
Interesting.
I got a blue chip in this game.
The Battle of Ohio, Papa.
So the Browns are at home. Now the Browns, shockingly, have dominated this series.
Really?
It is.
8-2. The Browns have 8-2 in the last 10 in this series.
Where have the last two came in?
No,
Yeah.
last year was 1-1.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and the year before they swept them.
Oh.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow. I mean, he had his knee injury 2 years
The
ago.
year before that. The
year
year they
before.
went to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
they lost 2 games to the Browns.
Really? Though?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the last game of the year, Bengals won. Before that, the Browns won 5 in a row.
5 in a row. All with Joe Burrow.
That's a great
So
stat.
it sounds like Burrow's 1-5 against the Browns. So
And-
I had the line at 2.5. Eddie Money,
3-1 against Mahomes.
yeah, but can't beat the Browns. So Eddie Money has the line here at 1.5. I saw it at 2.5. Is it 1.5 now?
Yeah.
That's what it's at. I like the Browns in this game at home. I'm sticking with the team that's 8-2. I'm sticking with the team that's 8-2.
This is why you're
Yeah.
the guru, Papa.
This is why you get paid the big
they're,
bucks.
They're at home. That's who I'm rolling with. I think the I think it's got to be in Burrow's head. You're 1-5 against these dudes. You can't beat the Browns.
Did he just get paid?
He just got paid.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Friday night.
It's Friday night. He just got paid.
I'm a party hunter.
He's probably partying with Manziel.
Yes.
Ooh, in Cleveland.
The opposite
somewhere.
team.
Wow.
So Browns plus 1.5. Just the 8-2 in the last 10 is a big shot. Is a big number there. I
Michelle's
mean,
on her way right now.
Is that a blue chip or?
that's a
is it
blue
just-
chip. 100% blue chip. Ring that bell.
Bang
I want to
that
see if this
shit.
is
The
a
Browns
clip.
plus 1.5.
Yes.
Plus 1.5 for the Browns. And this has no Deshaun Watson bias whatsoever.
No, yeah, I just need to
Just
clarify
letting
that.
you know that. Just letting you know that. The pure dominance of the Browns, of Joe Burrow, over the last 3 seasons is ridiculous.
Listen, when you talk about maybe the Browns, the only thing that it would be in my head is Myles Garrett. I'd be terrified.
By the way, and a couple of the games weren't even fucking close.
Oh yeah.
Like, a couple of the games weren't even close.
Why am I not
So
remembering this?
last game, Bengals won 23-10. The game before that, 32-13 Browns, 21-16, 41-16, 37-34, 35-30.
Dude, like that 41-16, come on.
I told you, Rafa knows his stuff, man.
Wow.
That's
I feel like that game was with Jacoby Brissett too.
yeah, that was Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett, 32-13.
Oh no.
So, yes. Our next game, Jags at the Colts. We're also going to give you a blue chip in this game right here. Jaguars minus 4.5. The total is 45.5. 45.5. I like the under in this game. Jaguars are probably going to win this game 24-0. So, but I like the under for sure, 110%. Their last 5 games, they haven't gotten to that total. So, and you have a rookie quarterback, no running back.
Yep.
I think it's a struggle. We're going to blue chip
Bang,
the
bang.
under 45.5. And if you like the Jags as well, throw them in there too. But the blue chip is under 45.5.
I love it.
Next game, Tampa at Minnesota. What do you think about that?
So, not a lot of people are thinking very much of Minnesota. Their defense has gotten a lot better. Tampa, I think, is in the running for being the worst team in the league.
They're up
And Evans, receiver, a lot of rumors.
Today was the last day for his deadline to get a contract extension,
he's
so
not-
he will not be with them next year.
He won't be with them next year, and he's not happy. There was all kinds of rumors that him and Tom Brady are scheming for him to get to Vegas.
Wow.
And I don't know why. We already have 18 million
Yeah,
receivers.
we need the other side of the ball.
Yes. Unless Evans can play middle linebacker, I'm not interested.
Can he go
Doubt
to
it.
DN where Chandler Jones is at?
Yeah. He's probably bigger than Chandler Jones.
This line has dropped from 6 to 5, by the way.
Yeah.
So Vikings at home -5. The total's 46. I don't think the Vikings defense is very good, but I'm going to stay away. That's one of those
It's not
games.
very good, but they
No.
upgraded.
That's one of those games I'd stay away from just because the line's 5. You
Yeah.
don't know what Tampa's going to look like other than maybe shit. But
Is Baker starting?
yeah. You can't start Kyle Trask.
I was wondering. They both look terrible, so
Yeah, they both look
pretty even.
They both look atrocious, but against a bad defense, everybody can look good once in a while.
They're in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Faux show.
Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That wouldn't be bad because then at least Caleb Williams could go there. He would still have Chris Godwin, and then you could draft Marvin Harrison.
Wonder if they get the first pick, they're 100% taking Caleb.
Oh, 100% they're taking quarterback. The next game is the Titans at the Saints. Derek Carr's home.
There you go.
New Orleans
There you go.
Saints debut.
I've been waiting for this, baby.
I heard so.
Here we go.
Real
The
quick,
hate.
Chad Johnson. No, not Chad. Is it Ocho Cinco that did
yeah.
this?
Okay.
Or who?
He picked the Saints to go to the Super Bowl this year.
That's not far-fetched.
Oh my goodness, are you?
It's not that far.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
That is.
You could pick between one of any 4 NFC teams, really.
It's just as crazy as saying the Panthers are going to go.
No. What?
No, Eddie.
What's so different?
Eddie.
It is not.
Did someone tell you to read that from your phone?
Are you reading the script right now?
Yes,
What is
yeah.
this?
Are you reading the
Who's
script?
texting this
Because
man this ridiculousness?
The back door's open. 80 flies have just gone
Oh,
through the back door.
I closed it. Could've sworn I closed it.
Well, it's not closed now. I'm telling you today.
Okay.
So anyway, so with all that,
Sorry.
you somehow come up with that the Saints
I'm
are-
just saying, Chad. See, he's always been a Derek Carr supporter. Every year, he's always backed Derek Carr. I don't know what their relationship is.
None.
He donates to his
What
parents.
is-
There
Yeah.
has to be. There has
Ocho
to
is
be.
Ocho is cheap as fuck. He's not
Oh, true.
donating.
Yeah, true.
He's not
eats
donating to
McDonald's too.
anything outside of
probably-
his community.
He probably volunteers his like time as a minister. Or
That
something
I
like
could see.
Yeah. A group
I
pastor.
just the Saints. I don't. Their roster's garbage to me.
Are you kidding
what are
me?
you talking about?
The defense is.
Michael Thomas is back.
Oh my. Okay.
I promise you, Michael Thomas will have a very good year. I'm not saying 80, 90 catches, 50, 60, 10 touchdowns.
First of all, let me just say this. Sorry, Jay.
No.
This comes from experience, people. Derek Carr does not throw to his receivers. He's not a receiver-friendly guy. I know Devontae had a good year last year because he's the best fucking receiver on the planet, but he likes to check down to tight ends and running backs.
I think he's going to have
Kamara.
an
Chris
awesome
Olave.
year.
Kamara's out for 3 games.
Yeah, Chris Olave
Yes.
will be a bust in fantasy because he likes to run routes down the field. Derek Carr does not throw the ball down the field.
I
Well, he
disagree
couldn't
with
throw the
that.
ball down the field because he didn't have a fucking offensive line.
Yeah.
I think Derek Carr surprises all of us.
Derek Carr was throwing
I-
bombs to Adam also.
I think if
he
the-
was.
I
He
think,
was.
I think Derek Carr, if the league wouldn't have already made the trophy for DeMar Hamlin as comeback player of the year, Carr could win it. He's like minus 900, by the way, DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
So yeah, they already fucking
All he has
engraved
to
him.
do is show up on the
Show up a
sidelines.
game, yeah.
He's not going to get any.
The
PT,
real
but-
him just needs to show up.
Wouldn't you be so scared to play him as a coach?
The real
Like,
him.
I'd be so scared to play him as a coach.
No, I wouldn't. It's over with.
Yeah, you know what? That has to be in the back of their head.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm a,
The thing is, he's on defense though.
Yeah, it
still,
doesn't
like,
matter.
he's not-
Anyways,
he's not a receiver
Let's
going
get back
across
to
the
the
middle.
real comeback player of the year, Derek Carr. I don't have a pick for this game, but
I do.
give us your pick, Jay. I'm going to be cheering on Derek Carr 100%.
Me too. I swear to God, I've never-
100%.
Rafa likes to piss
There's,
me off.
there's only a couple people I cheered for ever. Was obviously the Raiders, but like Tom Brady, I cheered for because I'm a Tom Brady fan. But you know what? This year, I'm cheering for Derek effing Carr.
You know what, Jay? You can
This
leave now.
quarterback just ran for like 70 yards.
Carr.
Untouched.
Jesus.
Untouched.
Was that 4 or 9?
9. No, Eddie, you don't think the Saints? The Saints are in a horrible division.
Eddie, your heart is
I
too filled with
agree.
the dark side right now. Just
Listen, I'm not. This is why I don't give picks. First of all, because I'm very emotional. I watched that game. My wife's telling me to be quiet. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Anytime they show Patrick Mahomes' face too close to his face mask,
oh, I saw it a lot.
right? And it sits like 6 inches way too high on his head. But anyways,
Like that.
I am biased. That's why I don't gamble because my heart.
I've never watched an NFL game with Eddie.
Oh, you don't want to see it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
oh,
happening.
it's
It's
happening.
happening
It's gonna
next
happen.
weekend.
It's gonna
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
We're
Mahomes-
gonna have a whole slew of.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're gonna see
No, I've
Mahomes
watched
after
some.
every throw. Just
You know
go.
what? No, I did because we went to Vegas last year, so I did watch, and he had money on it, so it was a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he put a little bit of money on it, he has no choice but to cheer on Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna make him bet on the Saints next weekend.
Oh man.
So we had no pick in that game.
Let's move on.
Niners at Pittsburgh. Niners -2. Totals 41.5. Bosa said he doesn't want a snap count. I think that game's going to be closer than people think. And I think the public's money is going to be on the Niners going into Pittsburgh, and it might shock you at the end of that game.
Listen,
I like that.
I hate to. I don't want to jinx your shit.
I-
I'm just
Don't
gonna
say anything, Eddie.
Might
won't say
shock
anything.
you at the end of that game.
won't
You
say
might be shocked.
I like it.
Pittsburgh, I think, is better than what people think. Michael Brown doesn't agree with us. I think Pittsburgh is a little bit better than what people think. They might shock you. The line's only 2. So, Nick Bosa, how much is he going to play? He says he doesn't want a snap count. There will be. So,
Can I give you a hot take?
let's hear it.
I think Sam Darnold wins the job after Purdy struggles a little bit. I think Purdy did. Obviously, he won 10 games or whatever it was. I think Purdy is going to look like the last pick. I think Sam Darnold's a better quarterback, and I think Shanahan is the perfect coach to rehabilitate Sam Darnold. I think 49ers struggle early, and Sam Darnold comes in and saves the day.
Wow, that's bold.
San Clemente Titans.
That's a bold predicament. Bold
statement.
Bold.
Thank you.
By the way, for this game, 84% of the money is on Pittsburgh.
Wow, I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. But we will be staying away from that game. The next game, another game that I will be staying away from because the public money is on the Washington Redskins against the Joshua Dobbs-led Arizona Cardinals.
Man.
Coach looks a little offbeat there a little bit. I think he's socially awkward.
100% socially awkward, and this is not just because of that weird speech.
Who
that
rode
he
the
gave.
bus?
Nobody.
I hope.
Who drove here? He says,
Oh, yeah.
and then he goes, "Who took the bus here?"
Oh.
I mean,
Motherfucker, you're the only one who came in on the short bus, player. That's it.
but if go back into the archives, and when he was hired, and he goes and introduces himself to all the players, it was 100% awkward. You remember that?
I remember that. That looked horrendous.
He is awkward. This is 100% a tank job for the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh.
Not only was McCoy, Colt McCoy, the best quarterback on that roster. They cut him, but he was also the best coach on that roster. If you guys watched that Hard Knocks in season with Arizona, Colt McCoy kept that whole thing together, and Colt McCoy's dad, historic high school football coach, Colt McCoy, say it right now, ring the bell, blue chip, will be an NFL head coach.
There you go.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna not
Thank
agree
you.
with you.
Thank you.
That game, if I like the under in that game, it's a low total of 38. You have high praises for the Redskins.
I do.
You think they're a playoff team.
I do.
I don't see it, but I do think they will begin the season 1-0. I just don't know by how many.
Is McLaurin playing?
Yes, he's playing.
Yeah.
He's been dealing with turf toe, but it looks
Yeah.
like he's playing.
I saw the preseason game where he got injured. It looked pretty nasty.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a
They
real...
were saying turf toe for the last 3 weeks.
well, maybe, I mean, turf toe, we all know.
I remember Charles Woodson had turf toe
Dude.
for like fucking
Forever?
15 years.
Neon, Dion, turf toe. It's a nasty... It sounds very simple, but I heard very super painful. I never had it, but it's a real deal. Injury.
So that game, I like the under, but not blue chipping that game. Packers-Bears, line went from 3 to now 1.5. Staying at 1.5 even after Watson announced that he's not playing. I have the Packers in this game. I have them early. So at 1.5, I don't like it. I liked it at 3. 3, I think they lose by a field goal. So our afternoon games, first game, which is probably going to be the game we're all going to watch.
Damn right.
Raiders.
If you have YouTube,
I do.
Raiders.
I have it.
I need to
You
get
better
it.
get it.
I know, I have to
Raiders.
go somewhere.
Raiders at Denver.
Oh no, you gotta go to a bar.
They even
Oh
have
no, you gotta go to the
Oh
bar.
shit! I hate wife. I have to go.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So Raiders at Denver. Line's 3.5. Now this for me is one of the biggest no-brainers of the weekend.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. So Oakland the Las Vegas Raiders have dominated this series. They've won,
Dominated. Say that again, Rafa.
They've dominated this series 6 in a row.
Since my Gucci mama was born.
9-1. They've covered 9 of the last 10 games in this series.
insane.
They're getting 3.5 on the road. The
Nice.
number is perfect.
Insane.
I think this game is a field goal game, and I love the Raiders.
Ha! Can we clip that?
Don't clip that.
Can you send that to me so I can have it on a loop?
Oh,
Can we
shit.
clip that? That's going to be my ringtone. And I love the Raiders.
And I love the Raiders.
Yes, you need to
So-
put that in the mix.
I will. I'll mix that.
In the mix glass.
Mix that in.
Yes.
So Raiders plus 3.5. I think this is for me. I think it's the best pick of the weekend. The best pick of Sunday, I think, is this game. The Raiders plus 3.5. You're 9-1. 9-1 against the spread in the last 10 games in this series. You've won 6 in a row outright. Outright 6 in a row.
Say it again. It feels so good when you say it. Say it
This
slower.
is not a Raider podcast, but they are Raider fans. I am not.
Say it
close.
slower.
It's close.
Say it slower. and
Raiders plus 3.5. Raiders plus 3.5. This should be a field goal game.
I'm checking right now. None of their spreads in the last 10 games have been over 5.5. So they've all been small spreads in the first place.
Well, I mean, the division game, right?
Yeah, division game. But when you've won 6 in a row,
Sounds good.
I,
Unknown caller.
Rich, call when the rundown's over, guys.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know.
He's so excited. Not yet, Papa.
We're going to get Rich on here. He's a Raider fan.
Yes.
Next game, we have the Dolphins at the San Diego Superchargers. Chargers -3, totals 51. This should be an entertaining game.
This is a really good game.
This game should be high scoring. If you want to put a bet on this game, I'd bet the over. Yeah. It should be very, very, very. It should be very high scoring game.
You think so?
I think it's going to be somewhere in the very high 20s.
I think that they started off the season. I think this is the second time they saw each other first game of the season. I believe. Don't quote me on that shit. But
I think you have both really good offenses.
Oh, faux show.
Really good offenses. The defenses should come along as the season rolls along.
Show.
But week 1, Dolphins at the Chargers, -3, totals 51. I like the over. Not blue chip in the over, but I do like the over.
Yeah.
This next game, Eagles -4 at the Patriots.
So interesting. I got to hear your take on this.
So this game, I met a guy in Vegas like 4 or 5 weeks ago who put $21,000 on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Was he?
Oh, he was drunk, and he had the tickets with him. He actually left, and he left like $6,000 worth of tickets behind.
Oh,
3
God.
tickets of $2,000 apiece at two different casinos. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. He had different odds every time.
Good Lord.
But he was walking around with them. They weren't even dated that day, and he was walking around with them. That's what he kept announcing, like, oh, the it's like plus 7,000
Jay,
for every 100.
Have you seen that Family Guy clip where Peter goes to the window in Vegas and says, "I want 100 on so and so game," or they like, "What game?" He's like, "No, just take that." Like that like I don't care. I'm just giving you $100.
I tell her, goes like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I think that was a donation.
That's hilarious.
That's a donation. And there's a lot of guys out there that love the Patriots to win this game outright.
Yeah.
Really?
Outright. Oh, there's guys who
Rafa.
love this game outright. I don't like this game. And I'm not going to bet this game. If I were to bet this game, I would bet the under. I watched the Patriots play, and that offense is atrocious.
Garbaggio?
Yes.
At the Bellagio.
The defense, though, any Bill Belichick coach defense
Yes.
always does their part. And I could see this game somewhere like 17-7, 17-6.
I don't
Really?
get this.
Yeah.
I don't get the line. I don't
Well,
get...
the Eagles are on the road. If the Eagles were at home,
So
the
it's
line
like a
would be
7.
7.5.
Yeah, I get...
So
But, Rafa, explain to me. I don't...
Yeah. What's
Where-
your
you're-
take if
Why
like,
why do
it
people
wouldn't
see
shock
this?
me if New England won the game. I'll tell you that. You have the best coach we've ever seen coaching, and you're giving him 3 months to prepare for a game. That's true. Okay, against a team.
one game?
That's what I needed.
It's one game.
One game.
It's one game.
You're
He
right.
prepared 3
And-
months for one game.
And
100%.
And that's what I needed to
That's-
hear. I needed
yeah.
to hear some kind of logic
Yes.
behind this.
He's
thing.
had 3 months to prepare for this one game
Okay.
with his team. He knows his offense isn't very good. They were going to try and run the ball, short things on offense.
Bill O'Brien, new
Offensive coordinator,
but has been
around.
Yeah.
Right.
And there. He's been
there. So he's been around the team. I think they can keep it close. If you want to bet this game, I would take the under. I think 44.5. And any Patriots game is a ridiculous number.
I have
yeah.
a super crazy stat for you.
Oh,
Let's
here
hear
we
it.
go. I want to hear it.
Super crazy.
In the 12 seasons between Super Bowl 34 and Super Bowl 45, the loser of the big game has failed to cover in 12 straight years. Week
Imagine.
1.
That wouldn't shock me if they lost.
Wow.
And they're 2-10 straight up.
Are they?
It wouldn't shock me if they lost this game, and especially against Bill Belichick. I can see them losing, and you're going to get a lot of people throwing their $10 and $20 parlays and straight bets on New England. The line's only 4, so the plus money's maybe 160, 180,
Yeah.
around there. So 100 brings you back 180. It's not far-fetched as if the game was in Philly, it'd be a lot different. Them going into New England, Bill Belichick, the defense, doesn't matter who's on the defense.
So you think it'll be, no matter what, a close?
I think it's going to be close,
Close.
and I'd love the under. You know what?
Hey,
Let's blue chip that under.
Give the people what they want.
Let's
Papa.
blue chip the under. Under sits at 44.5. I don't think this game gets to 38.
Agreed.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't see anything in New England's offense to be able to get there.
I hate to jinx your pick.
Oh, shit.
But I
Eddie
will.
alert.
But I will.
But I said this 2 or 3 weeks ago that I have one blue chip for the whole season, and that's take the under in any game the Pats play.
You know what? It's going to be over every fucking game. So,
I said it.
proceed with caution. Proceed with caution.
Yes.
So we're going to take the under in that game, 44.5. I think it's I think it's too many points for a Patriots game and a game of this magnitude. Okay, so the next game, Rams at Seahawks, -5, 46.5, big total. We got to see what the Rams even look like.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp for sure is not playing. He's probably going to go on the IR.
Yeah.
I don't think Stafford gets through week 5. And
Aaron Donald gets traded to the Raiders.
And Aaron Donald gets traded by week 6 to somewhere.
Really?
I think so.
I hope so.
If they start really bad, you can dump him off and get some draft picks and so on.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then Cowboys, Giants. I love this game as well.
Bang, bang.
Dallas at New York. We have the Dak Prescott-led
Sunday night
Giants.
football.
Sunday night football is always great when it's the Cowboys, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
It's always Cowboys.
And I'm not a Cowboy fan, and I actually hate them. But
Sometimes.
yes, but hey, but we are definitely going to take
What a pick.
Dallas here in this
Wow.
game. Dallas -3. They've pretty much dominated the Giants
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Last year on the road they beat them a little bit. You know, they dominated more of the game on the road last year. I think it was towards the beginning of the year as well.
Yeah.
Dallas -3, I think, is another great game. We're blue chipping that.
Not to mention, Darren Waller is now questionable with a hammy.
With the hammy.
No problem. Shocker. He'll start a rap at a hammy.
That would have
Yes.
almost. That was almost my firing.
And Jay-Z will
Sign him.
Sign him. Yeah. So, and then we have Monday night, Bills -2.5 at the Jets.
What
Total
a game.
huge game on Monday night.
Oh, man, the NFL's so
Huge.
good.
That's a big game
So
on Monday night. First
good.
weekend, huge game.
Oh,
Huge.
That game's going to be their number 1 game of the year on Monday Night Football, I think.
so good.
Bills at Jets. Bills -2.5.
So good.
That's going to be a great game.
Oh, man.
I'm going to bet the game. I will be betting the over.
Shocker.
No shock there. I will be betting the over on the Bills and Jets. We're not going to blue chip that game, but the over has, I think it's going to be in the high 20s. Some 27-24,
Yeah.
27-21.
Excited to see the new Buffalo philosophy of 2 tight ends running the ball. Kincaid, right? Dominic Kincaid from Utah. Now
Dalton.
Dalton.
they're all named Dalton. Yes, Dalton Schultz.
All white people?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
all white
tight ends? Okay.
Yes.
But on the Steelers video, you got hammered in the comments. Some dude was like,
What did I
They
say?
can never say a name right.
Oh,
You messed
God.
up at least like 5 different names, and he was
Oh,
so
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
Was he a Steeler fan?
I'd have to guess.
By the
so.
way,
Who'd you mess up? JJ.
No, I said all of them wrong. I said
Yeah.
By the way,
TJ Watt. What'd you call him? PJ?
when I have 4 kids. When I go through one kid, I call
Oh.
Oh, all of them. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, wait, you're not
You-
even. Yeah.
You're calling Jacob. You go, Sonny.
Yes. I'll call him just Brianna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, this is
So Jets and Bills Monday Night Football, 2.5 over 45.5. If you're gonna bet that game, I like the over, and everybody's gonna bet it because it's the start of the week.
yes.
So start of the week, you need something to bet.
listen, everybody.
That's for sure.
That is your NFL rundown, brought to you by Custom Cars. Custom with the K, cars with the Z.